All right, guys, you guys ready for your headliner? I said, are you ready for your headliner? This guy is amazing. He's one of my favorites. He's been on NBC's comedy. Just start clapping right now. Make all the noise you can. Come on now, guys. Go crazy for Sohrab Forouzesh.
I heard they told me about you guys. They were like, watch out. Y'all are wild. Fucking Walker, Texas Ranger, right in the front. Hell yeah, brother. You're a big boy, though. I don't feel like you're walking many places. You're more like lay down, Texas Ranger. Walk slowly, Texas Ranger. I'm a big boy too, man. It's not just you, it's both of us. Do you wear glasses? Do your glasses ever get foggy for no goddamn reason all the time? That's fat guy shit. That doesn't happen to the skinnies. They don't get. No, I'm serious. If we breathe a little too hard, our glasses get foggy. It's a nightmare. We're gonna be pals, dude. I want more fat friends. And we're gonna hang out after this. This is gonna be awesome. I'm a big man. I want more fat friends. I do. I can't relate. I want so many fat friends that when we go out, we can't all get on the elevator at the same time. Do you understand me? I want more fat friends. I heard, are you from Texas? Do they have those little things in Texas that tell you how long you have to cross the street before you're not allowed to cross the street anymore? We have those here. When you get to an intersection in Chicago, you see a little thing that tells you how many seconds you have to cross the street before you're not allowed to cross the street anymore. I'm a big man. I get to one of those and I see I got 8 seconds to cross Grand Avenue. I'm gonna choose not to cross that in 8 seconds. I can't clear Grand Avenue in 8 seconds. That's half a mile of land. I can't do it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait for that 8 seconds to end because I need a fresh 30 seconds. That's what I need, all right? Really, I need 45 seconds, but the city's not answering any of my emails, so we're gonna run with 30 seconds for now. I don't run. I do the fat guy thing where it looks like I'm about to run, and then I just walk really slowly. I don't need a skinny dude like you coming up to me and be like, hey man, you can go. I know I can go. I'm aware of the fact that I can go. I'm choosing not to go. If I try to run that in 8 seconds, I'm gonna get stuck in the middle. Cars are gonna honk at me. I'm gonna end up on the news. They're gonna be like DJ Khaled is blocking Grand Avenue. No one can get by. You guys are fun. This is a good crowd. Am I the only Middle Eastern person in here? Is that how that? No, there's one. I think it's just me and you. That's fine. I haven't seen him unholster a weapon, so that makes sure. 2's good. 2's the limit. They're not allowed to let any more in. 2's the limit of Middle Eastern people allowed in here. Any more come in here, this is technically a hookah lounge, so let's be careful. Those are city regulations. I don't make those rules. 2's the limit. We're going to be selling cell phone accessories at the back, at the end of the show, in the back there. Oh, yeah. Where are you from? San Diego, Los Angeles. Ah, yeah. Los Angeles, Saudi Arabia. Great town. A lot of Persians. I'm Persian. There's a lot of Persians. Does your dad like to haggle? Fucking, you can't stop us from haggling. That's one of those stereotypes that's kind of true. If you don't believe me, make me an offer on this microphone. I'll sell you this microphone right now. Please, my friend, it's a good microphone. Buddy, come on, my friend. Look at this table of white people right in the front. Hell yeah! What are you guys doing, making a podcast? What's going on up here? You guys brewing your own kombucha? What's going on? I'm an expert on white people. I know everything there is to know about white people. I don't want to just talk about white people the whole time I'm up here. I try to take breaks from it because I feel like I do it too much on stage. But every time I stop talking about you guys, I learn something and it just pulls me right back in. That's the problem. I told myself I wasn't going to make fun of white people when I got on stage tonight, but then you know what I found out on the way over here? I found out white people are giving their dogs DNA tests. That's infuriating. I can't stand that. They're taking blood from your dog and you're sending it to a lab to figure out its genealogy? What are you trying to teach racism to dogs? What are you doing? Is that a new trick of theirs? Sit, stay, segregate. Segregate the other dogs. Good boy. Dun, poodles only in this dog park. I'm an expert, I deserve a little bit of credit. There's a lot to memorize. There's a lot to memorize when it comes to white people. It can get confusing. You got LaCroix, you got lacrosse, and then you got Lacoste. Those are three separate things. And you gotta know the difference. It is true. You know what else is true? 25% of white people dress like zookeepers. That's a fact. Zookeepers. Too much khaki, too many pockets. It's a stupid look. Khaki shirt tucked into khaki pants with 60 pockets on the outfit. I don't like that look. Fucking bird seed in one of the pockets. It's a bad look. You got a pet parakeet. White people also love Trader Joe's. That's another fact. You fucking love Trader Joe's. Look at you. You are Trader Joe. I could kidnap you at gunpoint, slap you around, throw you in the back of a van, take you to Trader Joe's. You would drop the charges. You know that about yourself. You'd be like, that was a weird Uber ride. I don't know what to do about that. I had a white woman come up to me recently and ask me if I was her Uber driver. I wasn't even in a car. The audacity. The courage it took you to come up to me. We're gonna do some race jokes, but you guys seem fun, so we're just gonna power through them. I feel like I'm obsessed with race. I like talking about it. Because I think it's funny, and I think we can laugh at it, and I think we can learn something if we laugh at it, because I think people of every political opinion can fucking laugh at some funny shit. But some people are bad at racism, which ruins it for everybody, because you're stupid at it. I just want people to do it correctly. That's all I want. I just want people to do racism correctly. I don't think that's that hard to ask for. I was in Indiana. I was in rural Indiana at 10:30 in the morning. I'm there working. I'm there doing my day job. Somebody rolls down the window. They call me the N-word. That's inaccurate. You're bad at racism. That's not the right thing to call me. You fucked up. You said something racist about another group of people to me. What do you want? You want me to call my black friend and tell him what you said? I don't know what you want. It's so early. It's 10:30 in the morning. Who's this racist before lunch? Grab a sandwich, see how you feel. You might not be so racist later, I don't know. I had to call my boss. That's the kind of thing you gotta call your employer about. I was like, hey man, what's up? Over here in Indiana, just got called the N-word. What do I take, like a half day? How do we figure this out? I didn't get the half day. You got to be black to get the half day, which is fair. Y'all been through a lot. I understand. You know what you see a lot of in Indiana? You see a lot of Amish people. You know what Amish people hate? When you call them farm Jews. They don't like that very much. Amish people don't like being called farm Jews. You guys didn't know that? You guys got kind of offended at that. That's weird. I didn't think there were any Amish people in here. I thought we could laugh at that. I didn't see anyone park a horse to get up here. I thought it was fine. I told that joke to a room full of Amish people. They loved it. They built me a barn. We had a good time. We hung out. They put it up in 15 minutes. It was fascinating. I love Amish people. I think everybody kind of loves Amish people. They haven't done anybody anything bad. They're just great. They make good food, make good furniture, make good barns, damn it. But people, here's what frustrates me, people are very scared of Muslims, and there's just not a lot of differences between the two, if you really think about it. They both got beards, they both take their religion very seriously, not a lot of differences. Maybe it's the hat, maybe if Muslims wore funny hats. We also don't make jams and jellies, we make hummus, which is a much more intimidating condiment. It's like crush something, it's bad. Just be better at racism, that's all I want. If you're gonna be racist to me, just say something accurate, say something that makes sense. Don't call me a terrorist, that's a very lazy insult. I'd be a terrible terrorist. I'd be awful at it, it's not accurate. First of all, I'm fat. I've never seen any fat terrorists on CNN. I just have never seen any. I've never seen a fat terrorist. It's a very healthy lifestyle being a terrorist. I don't know what it is. They're always on the move, these guys. Terrorism is just CrossFit. It's a lot of running and jumping and climbing. Fucking monkey bars all the time. It's stupid. Be a terrible terrorist. Also, I can't keep a secret. Really important part of terrorism is keeping your fucking mouth shut. I can't do that. You get a couple drinks in me, I will tell you anything you want to know. I'd be a terrible terrorist. If I was a terrorist, I would have fucked everything up September 8th. I would have ruined the whole thing. This drunk at a strip club, like, yeah, we're here for work. We got some big plans. Those dudes, I did that joke once, and someone came up to me and told me that those dudes actually went to a strip club before they did what they did, which is crazy to think about. And which is not. These dudes who planned the worst terrorist attack that's ever occurred on American soil went to a strip club a couple days before. And I think it would have been a great opportunity to stop it before it ever happened. And I don't mean that like law enforcement could have come in and arrested them. I just mean if those strippers would have just worked a little harder. I just think they're gonna change a couple of their minds. I think a couple of those dudes would have left that strip club. Like, did you see what she did with her butt cheeks? That was crazy. We can't go through with this. I love this country. I gotta do it in a cowboy hat to clap about a 9/11 joke. That in my wildest dreams did not think that would ever happen to me. Can I wear that hat, sir? Can I wear the hat? It means something in Texas if I wear it. But I made you laugh at a 9/11 joke. I feel like I'm allowed. Has he never let anybody wear this hat? Okay. I'd fuck you, sir. I'd fuck you. Welcome to Chicago, bitch. Well, fuck anything here. We're very liberal. We're gonna get you voting for Bernie by the end of the night. Are there any other immigrants here? You were born in Los Angeles. Is anyone else an immigrant? No? I'm the only one? Where are you from? Australia! That's a fun... Where are you from, sir? Cuba. Hell yeah. Those are two fun places. I'm an immigrant. Are your parents badass? I'm sure your parents are kind of badass for getting you here, man. Yeah. My mom is the most badass woman I know. My mom is crazy. When my mom was my age, she got arrested in Iran for protesting the government. Her and her friends didn't like being told what to do and what to wear, so they took that shit. Well, before you clap, that does not run in the family. I don't do anything like that. I've never done anything like that, and I probably will never do anything like that. The closest I came to that is 2 weeks ago. I refused to buy a bag of marijuana because it was called Jared Kushner. I refused. I was like, no, thank you, sir. Give me something else. Give me some of that Kush Bader Ginsburg. How long have you guys been together? That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Give it up for these two. 7, 8 years. I'm gonna have to say farmersmeat.com, right? I'm assuming. Farmersonly.com. Farmersonly.com. I apologize, sir. I've been with the same woman for a long time. I snatched up a white woman. I got me a white woman. Nice. Hell yeah, brother. I got one. I impressed her with my many wares, my silks, and my spices. I got her, all right? It wasn't that hard. I got her. That's what they like. They like silks and spices. Read a history book. Please, my friend, I got some silks and some spices in the back. Cell phone accessories. Come on. She's fun. We've been together a long time, 13 years. No, that's a long time. I don't have an exit strategy. I don't have a way out. I didn't come up with a way out. What do you say to someone after 13 years? We rushed into this? I don't have a way out. It's easier to kill her at this point. I'm not going to kill her. I listened to season 1 of Serial. I heard what they did to Adnan. I'm not going to touch her. I'll just drop her off at Trader Joe's. She'll figure it out. She's sweet. We've been together so long, our periods are synced up. That's how long we've been together. We went to a bar. We went on a date. Gotta go on dates. They're on a date. Everyone's on a date here when you've been together that long. It was the worst date imaginable. I've never had a date go worse. First of all, you'll understand, she wore way too much camouflage. I can't go out with a white woman when you're wearing a lot of camouflage. We wouldn't be able to go out. It would look like you rescued me from the Gulf War and you got to keep me. Like you're Rambo or something. I got one. You take me back. I feed me some hummus and I get better. I don't like that. That's a bad optics. That's bad optics for a date. It looks like charity. I don't like it. We end up at the worst bar in America. I'm not kidding. This is literally the worst bar in America. It's here in Chicago, Illinois, but I'm not going to call it out by its name because that's disrespectful, and some of us might work in the industry. So for the story, I'm going to call this bar by a fake name. Let's call it Big City Tap. Over there on Belmont and Sheffield. It's 1010 Belmont, Chicago, Illinois. So we know about Big Shitty. Hell yeah. This bar is gross. As soon as you walk into this bar, you see a little game where you put in $1 and it shows you 2 pictures of a naked lady and you gotta figure out what's missing from the picture. It's called Naked Photo Hunt and it's disgusting. You know what's really missing from those pictures? A father figure. That's what's really missing from those pictures. You guys like the 9/11 joke more. That's weird. That's the limit with you. But this is a true story. Me and my girlfriend, we go to this bar. We're there 20 minutes, and some drunk guy grabs my girlfriend's ass. Yeah, that's a problem. Now I gotta fight this guy. But here's the problem, Trader Joe. I've never been in a fight. I don't know how to fight. I'm not experienced in fighting. The only way I've even ever prepared for a fight is I like to watch boxing weigh-ins on YouTube. That's when 2 boxers get together, they weigh each other, they talk a little bit of shit, and then they fight. During a boxing weigh-in, I once heard Mike Tyson say to another man, "I will fuck you until you love me." And then he beat him up. That's terrifying. That's the scariest thing a man can say to you and then swing on you. That's fucking terrifying. I was inspired. I was like, if I ever get in a fight, I'm gonna say these exact words and I'm gonna win. I'm gonna terrify my opponent. So this guy grabs my girlfriend's ass. I push him. He pushes me back. And I'm like, this is it. This is my opportunity to say my words that I've been waiting so long to say. But I was so drunk, this is what came out of my mouth. I go, "Hey! I fucked a man!" And then they kicked me out of the bar. Can you believe that? I won that fight. That's a technical knockout for me. I don't care what anybody says. Have you ever caught him masturbating?
Oh, yeah.
All right. That sounds like that was intentional. I don't know. She caught me. I got caught recently. I'm just bringing that up because I got caught. My girlfriend walked in on me. She was pissed. She was real pissed. Don't take her side. I was in another room. We share a studio apartment, but it was another part of the studio. It was its own little room. It's its own little section. It was the only part of the apartment that got good Wi-Fi. It's where I could do all my masturbating in that quadrant. I told her I wasn't gonna watch any more porn. That's the conclusion we came to. I don't wanna brag about that because you sound gross. Dude, I haven't watched porn in 6 weeks. That's disgusting. What, are you gonna come right now? Don't tell me anything like that ever. I don't even wanna touch you. I'm glad I gave up porn. Porn's gross. It's got commercials. When you're trying to watch porn, they try to sell you stuff. That's gross. I watched a porno. It had a commercial for a dick enhancement product, a penis enhancement product. It had rush delivery. You've had a small dick your entire life. What's 7 to 8 business days? Just hang out and get it in the mail. That thing is hot. My glasses are getting foggy. I grew up without a dad, and my mom brought me here by herself, which is crazy. She did it all on her own. She brought me here with $500. No, it's fun, but growing up with a dad kind of sucks. Any other sad, no dad having kids here? It's a shame. There's just some shit we don't know. There's just a lot of stuff I don't know about life because I never had someone to kind of explain it to me. And one of those big things was getting older and having issues with your prostate. Like no one ever sat me down and was like, "Hey, you got this like weird thing in between your dick and your butthole that kind of like runs your life." So, and that thing got messed up. Like I just had issues. There was just something going wrong in the area between my dick and my butthole, and I was like, I gotta go to a doctor. I didn't even know how to pick a doctor. I feel like if I had a dad, I could have called him up and I'd be like, "Pops, what the fuck do I do?" And he would have helped me pick a doctor, but I didn't. I literally just picked the first doctor I found on Google. Unfortunately, the doctor's office I went to was pretty much next to a Dollar General. Now, it was inside the Dollar General. They shared an entrance, The lobby of the doctor's office was the gift card section of the Dollar General. I should have turned around. It's right. It's on. If you want to go there, it's on Devon Avenue. You can still go to this dollar store. I went there. I didn't turn back. I sat down. I waited for my doctor. The doctor saw me. I told him what was wrong, and he was like, "We're gonna have to get in there." And I was like, "Do what you gotta do, doc." And he lubed up and he put on his glove and he got in there and he wasn't gentle. I think he went to like UFC medical school. It was very rough. We finished up and he was like, "Hey man, we got a little bit of a problem. I didn't get to the thing that I needed to get to. You just got too much ass. There's just too much distance." He couldn't offer me a medical explanation. He was just like, "You can park a Buick in there, dude. I don't know what's going on. You just have too much." He was like, "We can try it again." And I was like, "I would rather have prostate cancer. I don't think I want you to try it again." So he took my blood and he was like, "Come back in a couple days and we'll talk about it." So I go back next week and I go to this dollar store doctor and I get there and it's closed. It's no longer open. The dollar store is taken over the doctor's office. It's just one big ass Dollar General now. I'm walking around this Dollar General like, "Hey, a guy had a finger in my butt a few weeks ago right there." And the employees were like, "We have no idea what you're talking about," which drove me a little crazier because I was like, "What happened?" Finally, I hit an employee who was sober, and he was like, "Listen, man, this doctor's office kind of took off in the middle of the night. They closed up shop kind of right after you had an appointment, like the next day, and now it's just a big-ass Dollar General. Did my giant anus close down this doctor? What's going on? Did they quit the medical practice because the guy came across the butthole so long that he was like, I can't practice medicine anymore?" I don't have a father to talk about this stuff to. I keep calling my mom and trying to talk to her about this, and she keeps telling me to just drink lemon juice because she's Middle Eastern and Persian mothers are nuts. I haven't talked to my dad in 20 years. He did try to get a hold of me recently, but he found me on LinkedIn, which is very embarrassing. 20 years I haven't talked to this guy, and he found me on LinkedIn. What do you want from me, man? You want me to put you down for a job application? I don't understand. Do you want me to endorse you for being an asshole? This is really weird. I don't like to fly. I don't like to travel. I'm too fat for the little seat they give you on an airplane. I just can't fit in there. The last flight I was on, I'd asked for a seatbelt extender, which was very embarrassing. That's essentially when you're too fat for the seatbelt that you fit in, and you have to ask for a second seatbelt. It's embarrassing. You gotta hit the button, the flight attendant's gotta come. I would rather hijack the airplane than ask for one, but I don't, because I'm on my best behavior. But I'm on this flight, I'm on the worst flight imaginable. I'm sitting next to a lady with a baby, which is totally okay. You got a baby, you gotta travel, you can't give it to FedEx. You gotta bring the baby with you. I understand your dilemma, it's totally fine. I'm sitting next to her, we're 30,000 feet in the air, she starts breastfeeding her baby, which again, is totally okay. You got every right to do that. No one should make you feel uncomfortable for doing something natural, doing something you gotta do. But here's the problem. The baby fell asleep, adorable. Then the mother fell asleep, also adorable. But she forgot to put her titty away. She didn't put her titty away. When she fell asleep, she was tired, her titty's just out on this flight. Everybody on the airplane is very worried, like they just saw a snake or something. Everyone's very scared. Because people have seen two titties out before. That makes perfect sense. But one titty out and a passed out woman and a baby? This is a crime scene. We gotta figure this out immediately. Do you understand me? I'm sitting next to her, I'm in charge of the situation, all right? I'm the Samuel L. Jackson of this flight. This is my Snakes on a Plane. There's too many unannounced titties on this motherfucking airplane. So I shake her awake and I go, "Listen, lady, you either gotta put that one away or take the other one out. We are very confused." Over here at 36G. I'm sweating. So this is why I need more fat friends, because I feel like you can probably relate to this. But I feel like someone called an ambulance over there. He's sweating a lot. I don't know what to do about it. I'm fat. I'm a big man. My girlfriend likes it. People like fat guys, apparently. We're in, but there's just less of us. We are in. We're popular right now, but there's just less of us because I feel like we're dying a lot. We're just dying. Yeah, we don't live long. We're fun, but we don't live long. That's kind of the thing with fat guys. sad. I don't like to fly. I don't like to fly, but it's not a race thing. People always think when I do that joke I'm going to talk about. But it's not. I feel like we've grown out of it. People aren't really fucking with Middle Eastern people on airplanes anymore. I've seen white dudes get hassled more. I saw a white dude in a golf outfit have a dude pull a gun on him because he had cologne. And I was like, hell yeah, dude, this rules. This is where we are in 2019. But it's fun, man. You know what I found out? They kicked 2 Middle Eastern dudes off an American Airlines flying 3 weeks ago. They kicked 2 Middle Eastern dudes off an American Airlines flight because they made the crew uncomfortable. And here's how it went down. One of the Middle Eastern dudes, he got on the flight, he sat down, and then his buddy got on the flight, and they saw each other, and they waved to each other, which made the crew very uncomfortable, because apparently terrorists are just out here waving to each other. They're not. Terrorists don't do that. I've never seen a terrorist be like, I love you, good luck on the hijacking, I'll see you afterwards. They don't do that. That's not terrorist behavior. And then people got extra suspicious because one of the Middle Eastern dudes, he got up and he went to the bathroom and he flushed twice. And that really drove people crazy. They thought he was going to take down the plane. He wasn't. Have you seen the shit that Middle Eastern people are eating? Of course, we're flushing 2, 3 times. Give us a break. It's just tabbouleh and hummus. It's a high-protein diet. We're flushing a lot. White people got it hard right now. You guys do. I made fun of y'all, but you got it a little difficult. You guys look racist all the time, and it's not your fault. I've seen the YouTube videos, and you guys don't know how to defend yourselves, and you just make it worse because you guys don't play good defense. You guys, racially, you guys play great offense. Read a history book. You guys run a tight racial offense. Mwah, it's beautiful. It just, you guys have accomplished some shit. Defense, not so much. You guys just don't. You guys can't even let out a heavy sigh without sounding racist. I can't ask someone and be like, hey, what do you do for a living? Like, yeah, I teach Spanish. Ugh, you sound racist. You sighed at the wrong time. Sounds like you don't like Spanish people. Here's your hat back, sir. I sweated it a little bit, and I apologize. Your glasses are gonna, that's the 3rd time we've done that joke, sir. That's too much. We can't keep doing the foggy glasses joke. Do you have a lot of guns, sir? You do? Hell yeah, I love guns, man. But come on, how'd I know? I love guns. My girlfriend's family is very conservative. They're like from the middle of nowhere, Michigan, and they really like me. Oh, it's Michiganders here. All right. Oh man, a lot. Where are you guys from? Flint, Michigan. I'm not gonna make any jokes because I love Michigan and I would never make any jokes. But I'm not. You made the joke. Why would you make the joke that I said not to make? Because it's disrespectful to your city, and then you made the joke. That's funny, and I love you. Good job. That's comedy, baby. They're from the middle. You know how Michigan people are, man? They think it's Texas. They fucking think it's not. It's Michigan. It's crazy, man. Every time I go over to their house, they just hand me a gun, and they teach me how to use it. That's how we party. I swear to God, every time I go over to their house, that's all they do. They hand me a gun, they teach me how to use it, which is fine. I love it. I'm learning a lot. It's very educational for me. I don't mind drinking whiskey and shooting guns. It's a good time. If you haven't done it, I recommend you try it, all right? I'll bring my kids when I got them. They'll love it. The only problem is I don't know much about conservative America, but I would have figured they wouldn't want me training for anything. I'm a little confused. Like, buddy, if there was a war, I don't think we'd be on the same side. I think you got this training thing. No one knows what I know I've talked about being Middle Eastern, but no one seems to understand that Middle Eastern people just come up to me and speak Spanish. It just happens. I don't know how to explain to people that I'm not. But no one knows what I got pulled over recently. I got pulled over recently in Michigan when I was back there visiting my girlfriend's folks, and a cop gave me a ticket. He gave me a ticket, and he was one of the scary cops that had the hat on and stuff, and he gave me the ticket, and there was a little questionnaire that the cop filled out on the ticket where he had to guess what my race was, and he just wrote a big question mark in a red pen. I was like, you got a red pen out of your gun department to write this question mark. And he called backup, He was like, I got a 1014, I got a fat black or Mexican kid, I don't know what he is. He looks like the only cholo in ISIS. Just send backup. Anyone take the train here? Any locals?
Yeah!
You guys should have planned better financially. I'm sorry you had to take the train here. I love the train. When you ride the train in Chicago, they have these little messages. It's like, there's no eating, there's no drinking, there's no gambling, but living on it, totally cool. So have at it. Grab a spot, secure a spot. I was on a train recently. I don't like making jokes about homeless people because they got it rough, and I feel like we should do whatever we can to help them. But this guy was being aggressive. This guy was kind of being a dick. We were on a train, and this guy was harassing all the other riders, and somebody stood up to him. Somebody stood up to him and was like, enough, you got to stop this shit. And then the homeless guy, he went to another train car, and he came back with more homeless people. That's like a superpower of theirs. They can just kind of call for backup if they're on the trains. They're rough in the city, man. They are. I was on my way over here. I was walking down the street, and I was walking next to this old lady, and me and her both saw the same pile of shit on the ground, and she got real mad about it. She was like, people need to take better care of their dogs. But at the same time, this crazy dude was crossing the street, and he was like, maybe it's human shit. And he shrugged, and he kept walking. Like, dude, you just blew this case wide open. We weren't even looking for a suspect who shit the sidewalk. And here you come. The crazy thing is, the old lady, she heard that and she was like, that makes sense. And she went on her way. Which I feel for her. Because if you're a human being and you're gonna shit on the sidewalk, you're also not going to clean it up. You're not going to do both of those things. You're just going to kind of let it fall. And you're going to keep walking. That's what you do. I'm stupid when it comes to this shit. When I first moved to the city, I bought a bag of marijuana from a stranger on the street because I didn't know who to go to, and I didn't have a dad I could call and be like, hey, who do I buy weed from? In the third largest city in the United States. That's also kind of very dangerous. I don't know what to do. I didn't have anybody to talk to, so I just kind of went out in the street and I started asking around if anybody's got weed. And then I found a guy and we exchanged numbers, which I wouldn't recommend doing with a crazy person you found on the street that you bought marijuana from. He asked for my number, I gave it to him. I don't know I didn't know the interaction. I didn't have a father to communicate with that you could be like, don't give him your number, because now you're establishing a friendship with this crazy person on the street. But I bought weed from him. I thought it was only fair, so I gave him my number. And he would text me literally daily. He would send me a text message every day, telling me where he was, telling me how much things were. It was very convenient. I thought I was just buying weed. Apparently I was signing up for some kind of hood news network, which was just very informative. He told me all the things I needed to know. But one day, he sent me a very alarming text message, and he was like, hey man, the block is hot. That's all he said. Some of you know what that means. It's bad. It means something dangerous is afoot. The block is hot. Use that. When you go back to your offices, be like, hey, there's donuts in there. The block is hot. Watch out. I brought donuts in the conference room. He said the block is hot. I didn't know what to do. I called him a couple times. He didn't answer. I got very worried. I stayed up all night. Finally, he got a hold of me the next morning, and I called him. We've never spoken on the phone, and I was like, hey, man, what's up? I saw your text message. I'm just very concerned. I want to know what's going on. And he was like, yeah, man, the block is hot. I just saw DJ Khaled blocking Grand Avenue for a full minute. No one could get by. You guys are fun. You guys have fun tonight? I think you guys had fun tonight. All right. Thank you for letting me wear your hat. You guys have been an unbelievable crowd. I'm going to bring your host back up here. Thank you very much.
You guys have fun tonight? Yeah, make some noise for all the comics you saw tonight. Yeah. Thank you so much for coming out. Get home safe. Take care. Good night.